Welcome to Cognac Conversations. I hope y'all got y'all cup ready because we're going to talk about it.
And talk about it we will.
And
So, did anybody see that video of DaBaby?
Yeah, I
Security
saw
guard?
Yeah.
Woo! In his response, but go ahead.
I ain't saying, but I'm saying.
I ain't saying, but I'm saying either. I mean, DaBaby takes no L's.
No.
I don't know why people keep messing with him. In case
At
y'all
all.
haven't seen the video, DaBaby was performing, and he jumped in the crowd, which he usually does, especially at like his club type appearances. Mm-hmm. And he's walking through the crowd, and of course the women are trying to get to him because he's one of the hottest rappers in the game, and you know the ladies like him.
Right.
We've seen videos of DaBaby punching people mid sentence while rapping,
We know
and
who
like
this guy is.
not. I mean, he punched dude while he was knocked him out while he was rapping, and didn't miss a lyric.
Not to mention, he
hesitation,
shot somebody at Walmart
No heavy
and killed them.
breathing, no nothing. So, I mean, why people still feel the need to try him, I have no idea. But this young lady, as he was walking through the crowd, just kind of gave him like a mush to the back of the head, it looked like. Or maybe it might have been a soft punch. It could have been a slap. I don't know. We weren't there. But it looks like it was a mush. And his security guard turned around and just like leveled her, which is, you know, what he gets paid to do.
I mean, maybe she didn't mean to hit him, you know, because he's going through the crowd. Maybe it was just
not
like
from the video.
like a soft touch.
So did that. She hit him on purpose. But it was his security guard's response that kind of like,
He like, I'm just doing my
dude
job. I'm
say
doing
it
my
was
job.
a guy. He said, all I saw was a guy. Dude, it was a girl in front of you the whole time. Like, how?
I mean, from the video that we saw, I can't see how he would say it's a girl. I mean, it's a guy.
Not
but
at all.
I mean,
Not at
in the
all.
heat of the moment, in the club,
Not at all. Not at all. He was face to face with this girl and knocked her out. So you telling me after you hit her, she was on the ground, you didn't know it was still a girl?
Okay, so do y'all want to hear his explanation, at least part of it? Because I'm
No.
not going to play the whole thing.
No.
But I have his explanation queued up so he
I
can
heard
speak for
one
himself.
on it.
No. Because he lying.
I mean, but what about the YouTube family? They might want to hear
No.
it in case they
don't.
haven't.
No.
I hope
they
y'all
don't.
got y'all cognac because honey, my
It's-
cup's gonna be empty before we even get done with this.
No. We don't need to, honestly. But
I
Go
mean,
ahead,
so
go ahead for
so-
those who haven't heard
go
it.
ahead and play just a little snippet.
just a little.
Smidge.
Okay, so let's just get the first portion of what he was saying because the rest of it is kind of superfluous. Like,
Okay, so last night I see we in the crowd. We go in the crowd sometime and shit. I see a dude in the crowd wilding. Whatever, despite what y'all say, I see a dude, right? I see a dude wilding. I'm like, okay, he's wilding, but as long as he don't touch my artist, I'm cool. So I'm getting my artist out of here, right? Next thing I know, I see a nigga punch my artist in the back of the head. As you see in the video, a nigga punch my artist in the back of the head. So you can't just be punching people in the back of the head and expect nothing to happen to you. So I turn around, see who did it,
Something
and I put
definitely
the
happened
person
to her.
down, you know what I'm saying? So, and got up out of there. Fast forward to this morning. So
okay, I think that's enough. That's enough because the rest of it is kind of like him explaining to other people. But
He's
you get the
saying
gist
right
of it.
once. You already know when you hear somebody saying right a lot of times like that.
Right, so you know we went to the liquor store, right? You know I
But
got
like
that
my
feel
thing
like,
is,
come on.
if you have this standard for your women followers, I'm just not understanding how is it that he did not know that was her because she was directly in front of DaBaby. Like he was walking and she was in front of him.
But in fairness
whole
to
time.
DaBaby, it's not like he asked
The security guard.
the security guard. I mean, because we've seen Kane before, so we know. People know that Kane is not. He's not just like a normal guy just walking through the club. You know that he's there to protect somebody. So, I mean, she should have known. I'm not excusing anything, but she should have known that you can't just put your hands on an artist like of his caliber and not expect something to happen. Now, I don't agree with him knocking her out the way that he did. Maybe he could have pushed her back or, done other things because Kane is a huge guy.
But he say he do normally for his female followers, he would slap their hand or kind of push them, so he say. But this is not the first incident they've had with fans, like him personally.
So let's move on, because child, that's just too much.
It's
all right, so
too much,
R. Kelly in jail. This man here, I don't even know what's going on. You talking about you trying to live your best life in jail. You had the opportunity to do that while you was already out, but now you complaining about stuff. You not getting medical treatment. You get
medical treatment. First of all, time out. First of all, I just wanna point this out. If you guys remember, and R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, but if you guys remember, he wasn't the only person shot in that situation. The other fella that was shot in that situation also was a convicted felon prior, and they tried to violate his parole by sending him back to jail. Now, when he got back to jail, he told people about the conditions that they were keeping him in, not allowing him to take medication, not allowing to get proper supervision for his wounds, because they left him partially paralyzed at the time. He had bullet wounds that were, close to his spine, and the only thing that they gave him was Tylenol. So when you go to jail, you can't expect 5-star treatment. It's not a hotel.
R. Kelly knew what he was getting himself into. He ran away from it for so long, 20 plus years, and they finally caught up with him, and he can't stand it.
Now he trying to have conjugal how you say it?
Conjugal visits.
In jail. Friends.
I don't think R. Kelly knows how conjugal visits work, because that's not how it works. You in jail. First of all, you haven't even been to trial yet. Right. So how are you getting conjugal visits from somebody that you're not married to, and you just in county jail?
Right.
He's in county jail, not
now. Wait till you get to prison, baby.
Right. You gonna get all the conjugal visits you want in prison.
All those people turned his back on him. He was feeding everybody, and then everybody was having something to say. Oh my God, we knew it was happening, and we didn't want to say anything, and we kept telling him to stop.
Right.
And I'm not understanding how could they let something like that happen for so long. And finally caught up with him.
Money talks.
Right. And once the money's gone,
the money started slowing down, and people started singing.
So do y'all think his pretty much requests are valid?
Put that down in the comment section. Are R. Kelly's requests valid for proper medical treatment and conjugal visits from his girlfriends?
And should he be released? Because he's asking also to be released. And how about they're trying to release him and not make him a flight risk? Is that fair?
I mean, we all know that R. Kelly.
I need to know that in the comments.
As far as, because I don't agree with him being released. Period. As of right now, he doesn't have a.
I don't care what it is. He needs to be sentenced to the max, bro.
As of right now, he doesn't have a bail. So, I don't agree with him being released. Period. But as far as him being a flight risk, he's not a flight risk, because we all know that he doesn't like to fly, which is why he has these huge tour buses.
That's not what necessarily flight risk means.
Yeah, flight risk means that they're scared that you're going to jump bail and take a flight and try to, get out of the country or you're going to run. I thought
flight risk meant something else. Okay.
No, that means you're going to try to run before a trial.
Even if him not liking taking flights, if they let him out, he's probably going to take
a flight.
I would see him taking
So he is a flight risk.
Yeah.
So, down in the comments below, let us know if he will be a flight risk. Because me personally, I think he would. If he got the right amount of money, I think he would.
All right, so let's move on. Our next topic
is
what about this Uncle Luke thing? Uncle Luke versus Jay-Z versus the NFL.
I feel Uncle Luke has a valid point. Why would you bring it to Miami and don't bring no Miami talent? You see what I'm saying?
Even when they had it here in Atlanta, they had it wasn't as many as Atlanta artists that we wanted because of the situation that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But now with Jay-Z as the front face of the NFL at the moment, if you're gonna do something in Miami, my first thing is gonna come up. My first name is gonna come is gonna be Flo Rida. The reason why, literally, it says Florida. His name is literally Florida. So
or Trina,
right? Or Trina,
or just
Uncle
any
Luke.
one of them.
you know what I'm saying? And even City Girls, even though we ain't
Why
got but one
not?
girl,
City Girls.
they could have just. It's 15 minutes. You got J-Lo and Shakira.
They could have even used T-Pain. He out of
Right.
Tallahassee.
So I'm like, y'all could have found some kind of Miami artist,
Right.
to come up there and entertain just for 15 minutes. Even if it was like each artist come out and do one track for 15 minutes. I mean, one of their songs, you know, keep it going, make it a little quick, little cute mix, and move on. Like, come on now.
That she got a valid
So
point.
I agree with Luke 100%. Like, you come on now.
Pitbull.
Pitbull. That's like,
Come on, now y'all could have did a mashup with Pitbull. Even if you do keep J-Lo, you could have done J-Lo. You could have done Shakira. You could have done a variation from different types of genres of music. That would have been dope.
And in case y'all, the YouTube family didn't hear what he said, we got the clip. This is the 1 minute clip. This is not the TMZ interview.
Hold the on. I am so pissed right now that I really want to use some profanity, but I got a lot of kids that follow me on Instagram. I've noticed these days. So all of a sudden, the NFL, y'all gonna bring in J-Lo and somebody else. And just totally disrespect all the entertainment, all the African-American entertainment in Miami. So we don't exist. It ain't about me. I don't want to perform. But you're going to bring in J-Lo and the other girl. I don't even know where she's from. Nobody from Miami. We got world-class entertainment here. I would have thought you had sense to go and get Pitbull, Flo Rida, Ross, or somebody, Trick Daddy or something. Really? You gonna bring us two people, you gonna rake the town of all our money, and then you gonna bring us, we don't need the NFL. Our hotels are already filled up. You need us.
That's true.
Jay-Z, you gotta fix this shit. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
I mean, he's not lying, because you check a flight right now or a hotel right now to book to Florida. It's like everything is booked or it's almost booked. And if it's not booked, it's expensive just to do a little weekend cruise or something like that now. So it's like, come on now, they should have had a better selection than that. Than to even come out, have someone with the musical background as Jay-Z, to have somebody come out there and say, "Oh,
It's
we're
like
gonna
he's
have
saying excuse
J-Lo." Yeah,
and forget the other talents that's coming out of the hometown that you're going to. I felt like Uncle Luke have a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, when Jay-Z first announced this deal or merger or whatever you want to call it with the NFL, a lot of people jumped on his case and said that, you know, he turning his back on people and he's a sellout and blase, blase.
But this is
But I mean, I was on the fence about it. I wanted to see what would come of it first. But if your quote unquote position or partnership with the NFL is bringing racial equality awareness to the community and helping them out with their entertainment choices, I mean, I got to be with Luke and say that so far this is a failure.
it is.
It is.
This is a failure. I mean, because here you have it, and that's not to slight J-Lo or Shakira or anybody else that may potentially perform. But if you don't have anybody from Miami and or Florida to perform at the halftimes at the Super Bowl this year, you're doing the city a great disservice. You really are. And it's not fair to those people who live in Florida and they love these artists, and they're already, most of them won't be able to go to this show, go to the Super Bowl because the tickets are so astronomical. They can at least see their favorite artists perform on TV.
Right.
That's the least that you can do, and it's crazy. It's ludicrous.
But I think from Jay-Z's standpoint, I think he's inviting J-Lo and Shakira because they're two big selling art. They're interracial. You get what I'm saying?
But
I
Especially
mean,
J-Lo.
like I said, I'm not hating on J-Lo and Shakira.
I just don't
because
think
they're also
it's not a good idea.
They're also, brown sisters, but I just feel like out of all the talent that comes out of Miami and Florida, Fort Lauderdale, just all of these cities in Florida, somebody could be headlining. Pitbull has a huge following.
He does.
Huge.
And he has several restaurants
and we've been there. We've been.
Trick Daddy has a few restaurants in Miami.
Flo Rida has a huge following.
Yeah.
Facts. Like,
my thing is,
and they're high energy guys.
Yeah. When you have Super Bowls in cities where in states that the music, like you have a huge influence of music coming out of those states, try your best to get those artists. It's not that hard to do. Honestly, because if Trent said no, okay, ask Trent. If Trent said no, okay, ask City Girl. City Girl said no, ask Rick Ross.
I don't think
you have so many artists to go through to figure out. Okay, one of them going to at least say yes. I want to represent my city. I want to represent my state and come out and show them how we do it in the MIA. Show them how we get down. Because a lot of people don't have that opportunity and experience to hop on the flight to go to Miami. But a lot of people haven't experienced that. So let me get these 15 minutes for the Super Bowl for halftime and show them how we get down. That's it. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I feel like that was highway robbery. I'm not happy with their selections, and like Luke said, you're gonna rape our city of our money, and you won't even give it back to us.
I just feel like the voice of the people are being heard. So if the situation isn't corrected,
I think it's gonna get no ratings.
Jay-Z, we love you, fella, but not looking good. But in other news, 45.
All right, that's my time to answer you guys. I'll
No, we gotta talk about it and talk about it. We shall. 45.
Mr. Orange Man.
Cheeto face.
You know what? It's not too much that we can say on him. I just feel as though that whole Civil War.
Hold on. Before that, let's preface it. Because as most of us know, and we all should know by this point, they've gone on with an impeachment inquiry, looking into Donald Trump's involvement with Ukraine. He allegedly asked for the Ukraine leader in exchange for money to look into Joe Biden and his son's background and see if he can dig up any dirt on them, pretty much. And that's not criminal offense, but that is a political offense. So the way that impeachment works is they investigate. If they find that he did some wrongdoing, then you'll be impeached. Once he's been impeached, it goes up for a vote of removal from office. And if he is found, they do vote to remove him from office, then he'll be removed. And at which point they'll find a replacement. Earlier this week, or was it yesterday? Yesterday, I think. He tweeted out, and I'm paraphrasing. He tweeted out that if he's found, if he's impeached, then that would cause a civil-like rift, a civil war-like rift.
He mentioned
in the country.
Democrats.
But here's my thing,
and I don't think he was just talking about. I wouldn't even specify who he was talking about. I just think that his comment was very racially derogatory.
Here's my thing. If we go through the process to impeach him, is there a way to impeach the whole party that's in his office? Like his whole party?
That would be...
Because normally when you impeach the president, the vice president have to take that position, correct? Mm-hmm. So that means Pence will be the president of the U.S.
Don't want.
We don't want that.
We
don't want
Either
Trump.
way it goes, Trump will win. Whether we get him out.
But we don't. So is there a way for us to? Is there a way to impeach the whole party itself?
It'll have to just be vice president.
I mean, and at this point, the Democratic candidates are looking shaky, to say the least. Like, Bernie sounds like a old man.
Yeah.
Joe Biden has said some things. He's let some racial comments slip, whether they were intentional or not. Mm-hmm. The fact that they even came up and came out of his mouth were, crazy in itself. And I mean, there's not too many people that are challenging Joe Biden, though. There's not too many people that are challenging him right now in the polls.
I mean, he has a lot of experience. He's been through this 2 terms. He's been a senator, right?
No, he was the vice president.
He was a senator
Obama's.
before.
Yeah.
He was a senator. So, to me, honestly, this is just one of those situations where
get out and
Trump
vote.
is gonna win, and all you can do is just get out and vote. Honestly,
just get out and vote.
Because he's specifically targeting Democrats, and the word Civil War. And it's like he says whatever he wants to say, and they make it out of a joke or whatever the case. Because Trump is like a spoiled brat. You tell him no, he tell you he gonna do it anyway. Like a teenager. So I don't even know, to be honest with you. Trump is just one of those conversations that when you have to talk about it or it's brought up, it's draining.
So let's move on since it's draining. All right, so we're gonna talk about we're gonna get rid of all the politics.
Something lighter.
Let's talk about something lighter. So of course we know this vegan craze is out.
Right.
Burger King has the Impossible Whopper. KFC has their chicken chicken. I don't know the name of it.
I don't know how you. What's the name of it? You go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna see if I can find the name of it.
McDonald's is even testing in Canada the PLT, which is a plant lettuce tomato burger.
Say what?
Yes.
Yeah, McDonald's.
So it's
McDonald's is the one they had in the vegan ring.
I mean, they don't have
McDonald's have enough money. Leave it alone. You sit this one out, please.
At this point, because other restaurants are bringing in so many options, McDonald's don't have a choice but to put their hand in the ring, because it's like everyone else giving those options. Oh, if I have the opportunity to eat less meat and go to Burger King and get a burger, then dang, okay, well, it seems like, I don't have that option at McDonald's. Even McDonald's fries are cooked in beef fat. So it's like simple things like that. I can't go to McDonald's if I'm trying to eat healthier. Right. So they don't have no choice but to go ahead and just throw their hand in the ring and say, hey, we're going to test some things out to see how it works. And if it does good in Canada, then hopefully we can bring it into the U.S. and hopefully people love it here as well. But I like how they're giving options for the people. I like that.
Okay,
what's the name?
KFC, apparently they partnered with a company called Beyond Meat.
Okay.
That's the company where all of the NBA players have sponsored in already. Okay.
Right.
And it's worth millions.
And it's called the Beyond Fried Chicken.
I'm sorry, NBA players.
That's what it's called, the Beyond Fried Chicken. So, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm an avid supporter of fried chicken.
I'm negative.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I may have a birthmark that looks like fried chicken. But I mean, maybe we should try them one day. Y'all want to try the?
I'm cool.
I tell you what, get in the comment section, comment, and if we get 100 likes on this video, we'll do a taste test of the what is it? Impossible Whopper.
I think what's the name of the chicken? The chicken was like a one-time.
It was a test, but if we can find it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
If we can find it, if they still have it, we'll do it. So that's the Impossible Burger. Impossible Whopper. The Beyond Fried Chicken, and we can't do the McDonald's burger because it isn't here yet. But we'll try those two if we get 100 likes on this video. So, I mean, is there anything else? We saw. Did you want to talk about Power? Let's give them a couple of days on Power for those that haven't seen it yet.
I mean, First of all, Power is one of those shows. If you haven't seen it by 10 p.m. Sunday, you're out of luck.
I mean, you have to stay off social media.
Yeah, you have to stay off social media.
If you haven't seen it, sometimes by midnight, Saturday going over into Sunday, because
Saturday is when
they have it. They put it up on demand that night before. So sometimes if you haven't seen it, then you might just want to stay off social.
Let me just do it like
social
this.
media, but
spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So we gave you
tune
3
out
warnings.
right now if you.
So if you haven't watched season 6, episode 6, go ahead and turn it off. Enjoy the rest of your night. Hopefully your Henny's gone. Make sure you're not drinking and driving.
Drink responsibly.
Yes. Okay.
Please drink.
Now, for those that are still here,
hopefully you got a refill or something like that, because
I got to take a sip on this.
That episode Sunday, it was so much going on. If you wasn't paying attention, you really missed some good things. Y'all want to start?
So Tariq, which is everybody's favorite character, right? Yours, mine's? No? Okay, so Tariq organized his own kidnapping so he can get a ransom from his parents. And he did so with the help of Vincent. And he was trying to get $2 million, in which he was supposed to, get a profit from, get a percentage of it from Vincent. And things didn't go the way he planned. Long story short, they got the money. They got robbed for half of the money. Mm-hmm. Jason actually did rob Ghost and Tommy for half of the money. So they showed up to Vincent with only $1 million as opposed to the $2 they were supposed to have.
And the best thing ever happened. Vincent got that orange bag, baby, and he started hitting out. Look, I'm not for child abuse. However, his character needs to be beaten. And if his parents not gonna do it, I'm so happy that Vincent did it. He kept hitting. He kept hitting. I'm like, dang, keep hitting him. Keep hitting. I know everybody at home that hate his character was happy, cheering, yelling, screaming, keep hitting him. Put some more oranges in the bag. Because it was just, that was like something we've been waiting for. Just somebody to do it. 6 seasons. If we finally got something. Finally.
But it's like, Tariq is like, he was going through life as if it just was a video game to him. Like he thinks that he's such a mastermind. He can control this situation. He can control that situation. And that was the one time that Vincent had to let him know that when things don't go according to plan, people have to pay for it. So he got a taste of his own medicine. And that's when you saw him say, that wasn't in the plan. Them not having half of the money wasn't in the plan either. And you told me that they would have all of it. And so
my thing is the way that all 4 of them went through the process just to get the money for him. Like, it's something that, it was crazy. It was so crazy how they went through the process just to get the money, lost half of the money, and still went and got the other half of the money. And it's like, you just don't care. Next episode, you like, Dre, you gonna help me get in the game? And it's like, you still out here. I know you set it up yourself. You still out here like, this is my video game. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna run it. And I think he
just extra lives or something.
Right.
These are real grown men that's been doing this most of their life.
Right.
They know hustling and violence and killing people like they know the back of their hands. Some of them can't even read good, but they can kill you.
And you see Dre walked up and said, "Let me take care of this," and just stabbed them and walked off. Like you don't have the guts to do nothing like that.
And Dre is slowly making his way back into the streets, even though he's still under Fed custody, and he's 6'9" in it out here. He still is a street dude at heart. Like, Rotimi might be the softest speaking Nigerian I've ever seen in my life, but his character is Dre on Power is can be cutthroat when he needs to be.
Indeed.
So I don't know. So we'll tune in Sunday and bring y'all back the summary.
Right.
And we'll talk about it.
little bit more and talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. So until next time, this has been Carter,
Maya,
Keisha,
and this is Exit 9, Cognac Conversations.
Good night.